Good morning, children. Today we will do our next chapter, that is chapter 4 from Beehive, and the name of the chapter is A Truly Beautiful Mind. So, this chapter is about Albert Einstein. You must have heard the name of this great scientist. The title of the chapter, A Truly Beautiful Mind, refers to Albert Einstein. So, this is a short biography of his where some of his qualities have been highlighted. And through this chapter, we will see about that. Albert's interest in mathematics and physics, and also his humanitarian attribute. The title, A Truly Beautiful Mind, makes one wonder that how can a scientist's mind be beautiful? The reason we come across another aspect of Einstein in this chapter, he was a humanitarian. He advocated world peace, non violence, and that is why the title refers to him as a truly beautiful mind. So, here we will see in this lesson the explanation part along with the word meanings also. So, Albert Einstein was born on 14th March 1879 in the German city of Ulm without any indication that he was destined for greatness. So, here, destined means fate, a predetermined set of events that has to happen in the future. So Albert Einstein was born on 14th of March 1879. He was born in a city named Ulm in Germany. When he was a child, no one could predict that one day he would become a great scientist. He was like all the other children. On the contrary, his mother thought Albert was a freak. So, here, freak means a word used disapprovingly to talk about a person who is unusual and don't behave or look or think like others. Means what other children, the same way the person doesn't behave. So her mother used to call him freak. So Albert's mother thought that the Albert was a freak because he did not behave, talk, or look like normal people did. So he was different from other children of his age. He behaved abnormally. It seemed as if he had lesser intelligence in comparison to other children. So here, what other children did at this age, Albert did not do the same thing. So to her, his head seemed much too large. Albert's mother thought that the little boy's head was a bit too big in comparison to other children's heads. So here she feels like her son is not normal. So at the age of 2.5, Einstein still wasn't talking. Albert Einstein started talking when he was 2.5 years of age. When he finally did learn to speak, he uttered everything twice. Uttered means spoke. So finally, when Einstein started speaking, he used to repeat the words. And Einstein did not know what to do with other children, and his playmates called him Brother Boring. His playmates used to call him Brother Boring because he remained to himself. He did not play or talk to them. So the youngest played by himself much of the time. So here the youngster here means Albert Einstein itself. So Einstein remained to himself all the time. He used to play with himself only because nobody wanted to play with him. He especially loved mechanical toys. So from the very beginning, since his childhood, he loved mechanical toys. So, such toys in which some kind of machinery was used, such as automated cars, automated airplanes. So, looking at his newborn sister, once when he was looking at her sister Maza, he is said to have said, "Fine, but where are her wheels?" So here we can see the mental condition of that child, because he used to play all the mechanical toys, so he thought, "K, how would she walk?" So for that wheels are required. So that was first time he asked this question. So when his sister was born, and he looked at her, he could not see her feet. He was wondering where the baby's wheels were. So that means the feet of the baby. As Albert Einstein used to play with toys, and all the toys had a set of wheels. So to him, Maza seemed to be a toy too. And so he might have thought that where were her wheels. So here you can see Maza also with Einstein. Here is the picture of his sister. So her headmaster once told his father that what Einstein chose as a profession wouldn't matter, because he will never make a success at anything. So the headmaster of Einstein's school told Einstein's father that Einstein would never be successful in whatever profession he chose. So Einstein began learning to play the violin at the age of 6, because his mother wanted him to. He later became a gifted amateur violinist, maintaining this skill throughout his life. Amateur means doing something for personal enjoyment rather than as a profession, something which is your hobby. Like my hobby is something like your hobby is something, so and you do it as a pastime. So Einstein was a very good violinist. He learned playing the violin at the age of 6, because his mother wanted him to learn to play it. All his life he was an amateur violinist. He played the violin as a hobby, not as a profession. But Albert Einstein was not a bad pupil. He went to high school in Munich, where Einstein's family had moved when he was 15 months old, and scored good marks in almost every subject. So here pupil means student. So Albert Einstein was a very good student. He went to a school in Munich because his family had moved from Ulm to Munich when he was 15 months old, and scored good marks in almost every subjects. So Einstein hated the school's regimentation and often clashed with his teacher. Einstein, here regimentation means order or discipline taken to an extreme. So he hated that. So the school where Einstein went had a very strict discipline which he disliked. Due to that, he often clashed with his teachers' opinions and opposed them. So at the age of 15, Einstein felt so stiff-legged there that he left the school for good. Stiff-legged means unable to breathe, suffocated. Okay, and left the school for good, left school forever. So Einstein was so suffocated in that school. Why? Because of that regimentation, that rules and regulation. He could not follow the strict discipline, and so he left the school for forever. The previous year, Albert's parents had moved to Milan and left their son with relatives. So, when Albert Einstein left the school 1 year before that, his parents had moved to another city, Milan, which is in Italy. Albert was left behind in Munich with his relatives only. So, after prolonged discussion, Einstein got his wish to continue his education in German speaking Switzerland, in a city which was more liberal than Munich. So liberal means willing to understand and respect others' opinions. So the school in Munich was very strict. Albert could not follow the discipline over there. He had a long discussion with his family, relatives, and finally his parents agreed to put him in a school in Switzerland. And the language used there for communication was German. So Einstein was highly gifted in mathematics and interested in physics, and after finishing school he decided to study at a university in Zurich. So Einstein was good at studies, he was highly gifted in mathematics, so he was exceptionally good in mathematics, and he also had interest in physics. It was God gifted to him. So once he finished his school, he joined the university in Zurich. But science wasn't the only thing that appealed to the dashing young man with the walrus mustache. Walrus is a shape of mustache. So science was not the only thing that appealed to Einstein, who was very handsome, very young man, looking very great. Often than science, he had interested in something else also. He also felt a special interest in a fellow student, Mileva Maric, whom he found to be a clever creature. So here we will see one another thing, that other than maths and physics, Albert Einstein liked one of his fellow students. Her name was Mileva Maric. He thought that she was very clever, sharp, beautiful, as well as intelligent. This young Serb had come to Switzerland because the university in Zurich was one of the few in European where women could get degrees. So they met at the University of Zurich. Mileva Maric belonged to Serbia. So that is why she is called a Serb. So she came from Serbia to Switzerland because the university in Zurich was one of the few universities in Europe which gave degrees to female students. So Einstein saw in her an ally. Ally means a friend or an associate. Friend or associate. Associate means a person who works along with you, that is associate. And Philistine is against the Philistines. So Philistine is a word used disapprovingly to talk about people who do not like art, literature or music. So those people in his family and at the university with whom he was constantly at odds. So to be at odds means to be in the opposition of someone, to be against someone. So Einstein felt that Mileva was a friend because she also liked art, literature or music. Both shared this common interest in those days. Having interest in art, literature or music was not considered to be good. So those people who were interested in art, literature or music used to call their opponents Philistines. So Albert Einstein's family and many people in the university were not in favor of this. So against such people, Albert Einstein and Mileva Maric's unity helped them face the situation. So both of them, they together faced that situation. The couple fell in love. Letters survive in which they put their affection into words, mixing science with tenderness. Wrote Einstein, "How happy and proud I shall be when we both have brought out our work on relativity to a victorious conclusion." So Albert Einstein and Mileva Maric fell in love and they exchanged love letters to express their feelings. So they used to write such kinds of letters where they used to mix science with their feelings. So here we will see that in that period of time how they would express their love with each other. So, at one instance, Einstein talked about his scientific invention and said that he would be very proud on that day when they would finally conclude their paper on the theory of relativity. In 1900, at the age of 21, Albert Einstein was a university graduate and unemployed. So, in the year 1900, Albert Einstein was 21 years of age and he completed his graduation from the university. But after graduation, also, he was unemployed. He worked as a teaching assistant, gave private lessons, and finally secured a job in 1902 as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. Patent means a document which gives the rights of an invention to an inventor. And from 1900 to 1902, Albert Einstein was working as a teaching assistant and gave private lessons also. Finally, in 1902, he got a job in Bern. Bern is a city in Germany, and he got the job of a technical officer in a patents office in Bern. While he was supposed to be assessing other people's inventions, Einstein was actually developing his own ideas in secret. And he is said to have jokingly called his desk drawer at work the Bureau of Theoretical Physics. So here Einstein was supposed to check the inventions done by other people and give them a patent. On the other hand, secretly, he was making his own inventions too. Einstein later said the desk on which he worked was the Office of Theoretical Physics because there only he started working on his inventions.